Welcome to Sports Talk with the Cowboy.
Welcome and thanks for riding with the Cowboy. Big week in free agency for the NFL this week. All 32 teams go out and get new players, signing players that could go out and find other teams starting on Monday. Today was the actual first day they could sign the contracts. Our Tampa Bay Buccaneers secured Chris Godwin, one of our star receivers, for another 3 years. He was sought after by many a team. The New England Patriots wanted him. They offered him $30 million. He took 22 in Tampa. Took $8 million less because he said it was more about the money, more than about the money. So we got a 3-year, $66 million deal from Chris Godwin, our number 2 receiver behind Mike Evans. Big for us. And we also signed Ben Bredesen, our left guard. He was with the Giants last year. We signed him to a 3-year deal for $21 million. So he will be our guard from now on. We ain't going to worry about that for a long time. And we also got Hassan Reddick, a edge rusher, that has 53 sacks in 3.5 years. Of course, last year he was being traded between the Eagles and the Jets. He only got 8 sacks that year. But the previous 3 years, he had 53 sacks. Averages about 12 a year. He's a great pickup. We got him for 1 year for $14 million. Hassan Reddick, our edge rusher. He took the place of Joe Tryon-Sharinka, who was cut by the team and wound up going to the Cleveland Browns. So that's some of the big news in Tampa. We also re-signed Anthony Nelson, a durable backup outside linebacker pass rusher. And we signed him to a 2-year, $12 million deal. We got a new punter, the ex-punter from the Denver Broncos, to just punt the ball, not kick, punt. So this is some of our free agents we've already gotten. Of course, before free agency, we signed Levante David to a 1-year, $10 million contract. So those are some of the names the Bucs have went and got, which is the main heart of what we were looking to get in free agency, and they did it all within about 48 hours. But a lot of other movement in the NFL. So try to follow me on some of it because it's pretty major. Sam Darnold leaves the Minnesota Vikings. He goes to the Seattle Seahawks. Geno Smith, the quarterback of the Seahawks, he goes to the Las Vegas Raiders. Okay, we got a big movement to the Jets. Okay, we got Justin Fields, who was the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback along with Russell Wilson last year, to the Jets as their quarterback. We got Daniel Jones, the Giant quarterback last year, to the Indianapolis Colts to be their new quarterback. The quarterback carousel going every way. Carousel of all players going around like a whipped cream spinning bucket. Everybody going different places. They can go anywhere that somebody offers them what they want to take and sign the contract. So big quarterback movement. Aaron Rodgers, a big player in the NFL, even though he's 41 years old. Ex-Jet, no team. He hasn't signed with no one yet. So there's a lot of big players still left out there. But the top portion of the last 72 hours has been absolutely decimated. Okay? A lot of movement. The Bucs get an A+ grade for what they've done so far. They need some more players, but they've got the ones they wanted from their team from last year back, and they went and got an excellent edge rusher in Hassan Reddick. I think he'll do a great job for us. We'll keep you posted on the next few shows of all the changes in football. It is very, very, as you know, important this free agency period because you build your team with these veterans, and then the next month in the draft you go to the college and get the rest. And then in June you start practicing. So this is how it rolls. This is big. Anybody that knows anything about football knows it's big. You can exchange veteran players from other teams to yours. Very, very important. Bucks, A+. Jason Light, great job. There's a lot of other moving parts. By next show, there's going to be a lot more news of different players that have came to our team. But the big ones that I just named were the biggest of the big. And they got them out of the way real fast. Boom, 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 boom. So we'll keep you posted on the NFL draft. The NFL free agency before the draft. And the next show, if there's any more major movements. And by next year, you'll have to come accustomed to Sam Darnold being a Seahawk quarterback instead of a Viking quarterback. And Justin Fields being the Jets instead of the Steelers. And there's going to be a lot more movement. We'll keep you posted. Stay with us. In another month, less than a month now, Major League Baseball starts its season, April 1st. The Tampa Bay Rays are out there practicing for that spring training right now, playing games every day. and they're doing pretty good. They're getting all these players out, looking at them before the final roster has to be decided. So the Tampa Bay Rays are in the process of doing that right now with all the other teams here in the Grapefruit League in Florida, and then 15 teams in the Cactus League in Arizona. So there's your 30 teams in baseball. 15 of them in Florida, 15 in Arizona. We're the Grapefruit, they're the Cactus. We're here in the Grapefruit League in Florida, and we're well underway. And the Rays are doing a pretty good job. They're letting their pitchers get out there and see what they can do. Some of the younger hitters in A, double A, triple A, and single A ball gets a chance to be up with the big boys, bat, see what they can do, so they can get that final 25-man roster in the next 2 weeks for the Rays. All right. We'll keep you posted on the Rays in the last of these last 2 weeks and get prepared for that. The Tampa Bay Lightning has got Gord back, got on a trade, the last day of the trade in NHL, Tampa Bay Lightning. They're third place in their conference. They are playoff bound if they can continue the momentum they have right now. They might not be the number one seed in their conference, but they will be in the playoffs. So we'll keep you posted of what's going on with the Lightning. They did bring back Bear Gord, one of our former players. We got him in a trade, bring him back. We've got Ryan. The Tampa Bay Lightning playoff in the Atlantic Conference. They're in third position at the moment. The Florida Panthers, who won the Stanley Cup last year, number one in that conference. Playoffs have not yet started with the Stanley Cup. So we're going to keep following the Tampa Bay Lightning, and we'll keep you posted on the Tampa Bay Lightning and what is going on with them. And as we will the Rays, and as we will the Bucks, as we do here at Sports Talk with the Cowboy. Now we're going to go on to the questions this week. And there are a lot of questions this week, and they're related to the 73rd run of the 12 Hours of Sebring. The first question this week is from Alan, and Alan wanted to know what I thought about the parking and the tickets out at the Sebring 12 Hours. Alan, you're a Sports Talk of the Cowboy faithful viewer, so let me tell you like this, Alan. It's $80 a pop to park your car out there, and there's no real guarantee that you got a parking spot. That means you can just ride around for as long as you want to go back and get some more fuel. If you don't get out there before Saturday morning at 7 a.m., Alan, you're not getting you're not going to find a free or what they call general parking spot, because there's no particular place for general parking to park, but in certain areas, and they will be packed completely and totally. We're giving you a little heads up on that. I think it's $90 for one day, Alan. I think it's $125 for the 4-day super ticket, which opened up today. This morning at 6 a.m., Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the big race Saturday. All 4 days, $125, $90 for Saturday only. That means that after midnight, you can pay $90 and go in, okay? So that's what I know about the prices out there, Alan, at the 12 Hours of Sebring. There'll be about 200,000 people out there this week. So if you're going, go early, bring your own food, bring your own beverage, bring a lot of ice. Have a good time when you're out there. The next question is from Lisa. Lisa wanted to know what I thought about retaining Chris Godwin back with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Lisa, I think retaining Chris Godwin is great for our team, the continuity of the team. You got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin both. Great receivers. A lot of them work together. Let me tell you a little bit about Chris Godwin. He was offered $31 million by the New England Patriots, and he left it on the table. And he said, I'll take the 22 and stay in Tampa. Now, you don't find many athletes, I don't care what the sport is, that will leave millions of dollars on the table. Say, here, just keep it. I'm staying where I'm at. That's Chris Godwin. That tells you a lot about him. And God bless him for coming back, and it was a great pickup, as was Ben Bredeson, our guard, as was retention of Anthony Nelson, retention of Levante David, and bringing in Hassan Reddick. Every one of them a great, great thing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but especially for Chris Godwin. We needed him back, and we got him back. Now we got three: Evans, Godwin, McMillan. Got the three big boys there. God bless you. Thank you for your questions. And the last question of today is what I thought about the Tampa Bay Rays and their stadium. Is the deal dead in St. Pete? I do not know, David, about the deal in St. Petersburg to the 31st day of March, and it's not the 31st day of March. On the 31st day of March at 12 noon, the owner of the Rays either signs it or the deal is dead. And he has the $150 million cashier check when he signs it. Now, whether he's there on the 31st at noon, I really can't tell you. What does it look like? Nobody knows. Nobody knows right now. But I will say this. that contract for a new stadium, $1 billion with a B, $700 million redevelopment of the area that the stadium's going to be in, is connected to the team. And on the 31st day of March, when that contract's not signed and $150 million is ponied up, that contract's dead. So the new owner, if that owner's going to try to buy the team before the 31st, I would suspect he would, so he could keep that stadium deal in place. That's only my opinion. We'll have to see on the 31st of March what happens. God bless you and thank you for your questions. Now we're going to go to the 73rd running of the 12 Hours of Sebring International Endurance Race here in Sebring, Florida. The oldest endurance race in the United States, or the oldest endurance race in North America. Second oldest endurance race in the world behind Le Mans. And we're 12 years older than Daytona. So the 73rd running is this week. The gates open this morning here in Sebring. There will be practices today. There will be practices tomorrow. There will be night practices of the GT, the prototypes and all the cars Thursday night for 3 hours, 2.5 hours. If you want to go out and see them at night, go out Thursday night for the practice. Friday, there will be races all day long, endurance, different races. And then, of course, the big race, the one everybody's come to see, the 12 Hours of Sebring, starts at 10 a.m. on the dot, Saturday morning at the Sebring International Raceway. And when will it be over? 10 p.m. on the dot. So that's the calendar. The musical group this year is Marshall Tucker. Last year it was Jefferson Starship. That's part of your ticket when you go out. And it's going to be some great racing. Lamborghini has their first prototype in about 25 years out there. Got the Aston Martin prototype. Got the Acura prototype. The Ford, the Cadillac. We have the Aston Martin, the Porsche, the BMW, and that puts together a pretty good group of prototype cars. I think there's 18 prototype cars in the field, which is quite a lot. At about $1 million a piece, that's about $18 million just in those cars. So anyhow, it's going to be a great competitive race, and there's 3 categories: the Grand Touring Prototype, the LMP, the GTD, and the GT. So there's 4 different kinds of makes of cars, 4 different kinds of classes, 4 different class winners. There can be 4 class winners in the first, second, and third, and each one of those classes. And then there's the overall winner. Overall winner also. So there's a lot of action going on at the racetrack. This is a big week in here at the studio and in our show, because it is race week at Sebring. So get out there and support the race. Either watch it on Peacock and watch it on USA, or go out to the track yourself. Go out one night, a few hours, get the flavor of it, and see. It's a lot to learn about. But if you live in this area, you can come back every year if you want to for many, many years. So that's where we're at tonight. God bless you. Do lend a hand to others that need it. We need more love in the world than we do hate. Until next time, God bless you. Cowboy out.
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?